When Casey was killed on April 4, 2004, I was against the war, I was against George Bush, but I was not an activist. I was working, I had a full-time job and 3 kids at home. So I was focused on my worry and my grief and my pain. And then Casey was killed, and I started to go online and I started to investigate what was really happening. I thought I was aware before, but obviously I wasn't aware. And the first time I spoke out was the 4th of July 2004. I was at a Unitarian Universalist church. And then I started to campaign against George Bush in the 2004 elections. Then I founded Gold Star Families for Peace, along with my sister, and we started getting people coming into our organization who's had loved ones killed in war, not just Iraq, but Afghanistan, Vietnam, World War II, and Korea. And then I just started going all over the country speaking about my pain, speaking about the wrongness of the war. And then on August 6, 2005, I went to Crawford, Texas. And in that time, I started putting 2 and 2 together. You know, here they want to put 2 and 2 together, and they want it to make 5. And just like in 1984, I was at the Democratic Convention yesterday, inside the convention. The delegates all that saw me, they loved me, and they love what I do, but they have this kind of disconnect between being anti-war and supporting people like Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, who are not anti-war. So I've figured out in my journey that it is global imperialism. It is, you know, we have 1,000 bases all over the world, and our military is used for corporate colonialism, and both parties are responsible. Both parties are in the pockets of the same people, and that's why I decided to run against Nancy Pelosi in San Francisco as an independent. I've changed just about 180 from my life before Casey was killed. I was, you know, married. I would think the normal, what people would say the normal, you know, working mother with children. Everything was for my children. I was Catholic. I attended Mass regularly. And I think since Casey died, I've cut my ties to every institution that tried to oppress me, the Catholic Church, my marriage, even my idea of being a mother, and my country. You know, I've cut my ties with the America that I thought existed. The federal government that oppresses us and been oppressing people since the United States started. You know, I've cut my ties with that, and I want to rebuild the country into something that is much better and much stronger. You know, Nancy Pelosi, like I said out in my speech, she's the queen of the corporatist, and she wouldn't be in her position if she hasn't sold out to the system, to, you know, this global empire system. So I'm running against her because she has betrayed the American people. She won't impeach George Bush. She funds the war. She took away our 4th Amendment rights. She's known about torture since 2002, and I think that she really, you know, her speakership has been a stain, and it's been a blot on America. So, and I challenge her as an independent because I broke my ties with the Democratic Party too, and that party system. I think that to retain one's integrity, we should be independent. Nancy Pelosi is not impeaching George Bush because she isn't complicit and a collaborator in his crimes. So she needs to go. And, you know, people say, oh, but you'll just be one congressperson, and what are you going to do? We're going to take out the Speaker of the House. The grassroots are against the war, but they support people like Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, who are clearly supportive of increasing the military-industrial complex. And they have sold out to the war machine and to entities within it, powerful entities within it, like AIPAC, who, you know, foments this militarism and spending a lot of money on the military-industrial complex. So blind party loyalty, I think, is damaging no matter what party you belong to. And a lot of my friends in the Democratic Party who were upset with me for leaving the Democratic Party, they don't find it's hypocritical to accuse the Republicans of this blind loyalty to George Bush when they have the same kind of unquestioning attitude towards their leaders. Well, you can go to our website. It's cindyforcongress.org, cindyforcongress.org. They can send money, and we do have a place posted where people can write letters to the editor. They can call in radio stations to support me. We will have a place where people can do phone banking from anywhere in the country to call inside the district and get support for me there. So they can come to San Francisco and help, you know, and we just need a lot of people on the ground, especially on November 4th, Election Day, because we know they're going to try to steal the election. So we need to have poll watchers, and we need to have election lawyers, election protection people to really make sure, and I vow that I will not concede this election until every vote is correctly counted. We're going to run a really aggressive issues-based campaign, and when the people of San Francisco are very smart and sophisticated, when they hear the issues and when they hear truly what Nancy Pelosi has done, I think that they will vote for me.
Wow.